Hello, welcome back. I hope I sound different. I have a new microphone and I'm really desperately hoping that this solves my sound problems. My studio is on a main road, so it gets very loud, and also I have quite noisy neighbours. So today I'm going to do something pretty simple because just in case I can't use this video. So I don't want to spend loads of time doing something super technical and then be gutted. So I'm going to do something very simple just with a bunch of products that I like. I brought, well, this is a handbag, but in here is all my makeup, because last night, essentially what happened was I left a suitcase open with my makeup bag in it, and obviously a small open suitcase looks very much like a litter tray to a cat, and my cat weed all over my makeup bag, which has now been through the wash cycle twice, and you know, you feel pretty cool when you have like a Prada makeup bag. Do you know what I mean? And then you feel quite stupid when you have a Prada makeup bag covered in cat piss. Okay, I'm just going to pop a little bit of skincare on and some SPF, and then we will pop some of this foundation on, which I'm absolutely loving. This is new from Shiseido, Revitalessence Skin Glow. Amazing. Right, give me a sec. I'll be back with skincare. Never forget your SPF. Today I'm going to use this one, Medicate. This is the Advanced Day Protect SPF 30. It also comes in a 50. I've been using this fairly religiously for, I don't know, a few years now. I feel like there's probably an empty one on my desk. I always have them kicking around. I particularly love this SPF because it works really well as a base for makeup. Now, because I've chosen to wear a high-necked sweater today, I can't clip my new microphone on to my body, which means that I have to be very careful with products. I'm a bit of a clunker with products, as you know. I'm a bit loud and I sort of chuck things about quite a bit. So if I forget, and there's quite a lot of clonking in this video, you will know why. I'm trying to be careful. Otherwise it just really ruins the lovely ASMR vibes, right? Okay. You can probably hear snorting in the background. Both my dogs are here. And Suki is a brachiocephalic dog. And so she makes a lot of like little snorty noises. Erborian Pink Perfect Cream. This is a blurring, kind of glowing primer. Hang on, let me just read what they say on it. Blur Secret Glow Skin Refining 4-in-1 Primer. I don't know what the 4 are. Blurring, I guess. Priming, glowing. What's the 4th? Pore refining. There we go. Of course. Very careful not to get makeup on my top. Just roll that down a bit. Okay, so Shiseido Revitalessence Skin Glow. This is new. I am using the shade 320. You can put this on with hands, or you can use a brush, whatever you prefer. This lasts so well, and it looks flawless. Suki, could you be quiet, darling? She's after a biscuit. This is why I never bring them to work. Or if you prefer, you can use a brush. This is one of those foundations that has the ability to stay looking sheer while giving you really good coverage. God, I love that. The dream. And also providing you with a bit of a glow at the same time. See, I was thinking the other day, if I had to pick one brand to pick as my favourite brand, it's quite difficult to do, isn't it? This is NARS, by the way. What would your one brand be? I don't know if mine wouldn't be Shiseido. I really like Beauty Pie too. I just really enjoy Beauty Pie. But in terms of like technology, maybe I'd go for Shiseido. Thoughts? I want to know. I need to look through my makeup bag so I can see what I use a lot of. You know, I really do love NYX. I love NYX. I think like product-wise, And quality-wise, for the price, it's amazing. I couldn't pick NYX though, because I really do enjoy luxury, and you don't get the luxury experience with it. However, I really rate it very highly. Do you know what else I rate really highly? This mascara from Milani. This anti-gravity, high-rated, oh, they rate it themselves, highly rated anti-gravity mascara. I think maybe we'll use that. It's really good. Now, just before I do my brows, I'm just going to take off any foundation residue that's got on there, because I'm going to use a pen, and the kind of emollients in your foundation definitely will stop that sitting so nicely, and probably clog the brush if you're using a pen. I am using NYX Lift and Snatch in the colour Espresso. Sometimes I use ash brown, sometimes I use espresso, sometimes I use brunette. There's not a lot in it. Brunette is a little bit warmer. So I don't know if you saw that. I go up, 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 and then I cross hatch down, and then I take a little brow brush and I blend it all together through the brow. I'm not trying to create like a perfect, flawless, snatched eyebrow. I just want it to look something like a real brow that I might possibly have. You know, I feel like these days I'm kind of beyond just having like good makeup. I just like it to look like I look well. You know what I mean? So I start at the back of the brow and then work forwards. And then often I won't put any pen at the front of the brow. I'll just use a brow gel through what hair I have, and at the front to just give the give the texture that I want. If you find these videos long and boring and they're not for you, then if you want to follow me on Instagram, a lot of these videos like brows and stuff like that are broken down into like a minute. So if you wanted to just go, oh, all I want to do is know how to do my brows. None of my videos over there are longer than 90 seconds, I don't think. Oh, this is NYX Thick It, Stick It. See, a brand with such stupid names could never really be my all-time favourite. But I am so thrilled that they exist. Their lip pencils are just the best. Okay, let us use a little of the Night Swan. Night Swan is the colour. The product is called NARS Light Reflecting Eye Brightener. I love this product. It is brilliant if you're dark under the eyes like me. So I'm going to take a bit of that. It's kind of like your colour corrector, brightener and concealer in one. And I really think it stays put. It's very rare to find products that don't crease loads under the eyes, and this is a great one. I'll take what's left on my brush over my eyelid. Right, let's do something easy. I have picked this E.L.F palette, and it is called Açai. I am going to start with this Victoria Beckham Sea Grey pencil. I'm going to put that all over the eyelid. This is such a gorgeous colour on its own. Then just soften that in. Take the edge off, you know. And you can work that upwards until it just becomes a soft kind of sheen and blend across the eyelid. Remember, the less products you put there, the less there is to crease. So really work it until it's just a sheen, just like a sort of gossamer layer. Now, I do need to do a video for you about the Botox I've had, because you may notice that I now look a little bit more open in the eye area. I maybe look a little bit like I've had an eye lift, and actually I've had sort of a Botox brow lift. I'm going to take this underneath the eye as well. I was at a brand dinner, and sitting opposite me was a really brilliant doctor who told me that I shouldn't have Botox in my forehead because of the shape of, you know, the way my face is laid out, essentially. And he said you need to have it under your brows. So I booked in with him there that night, and it took 3 months for me to get an appointment. He was that booked up. And I went to see him last week, and he injected me under here to lift the eye area. And I do think that it has worked. He said give it 2 weeks, so we'll see where we go. He said, you know, give it 2 weeks. I might need to bring your brows back down. We'll see what happens. So who knows what could happen. But I thought that was interesting and useful for people that have my eye, because when I have actual normal Botox in my forehead, my eyes drop, and then it makes it really hard for me to do my job because I can't lift my eyes and you can't see what I'm doing. And it makes me really frustrated. And yeah, so I'd already decided to stop having Botox, but then I didn't even know this other way of Botox existed. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We are going to take this blue, which I like a lot because it's a bit more of a smoky blue. The others seem a bit bluer. And I'm going to push that on over the top, starting at the lash line. Oh, it goes quite blue when you put it on. And then blend it. So I often find when using kind of drugstore or slightly cheaper eyeshadows, they tend to be a bit more powdery and they don't have the longevity. So you do need to layer them over things, which is why it's really good to put it over a Kohl, because it's just going to last longer. But you may find that you get some creasing. But actually I love creasing. I love it. I think it looks cool if the base is good. If your base is perfect and clean and tidy, it looks intentional and it adds a bit of attitude to the makeup look. Okay, let's move on to this dark one here, and we'll use a little angled brush. So I've only used it on the outside edge, kind of from the pupil outwards, and that's kind of the way that you do it if you wanted a bit more of a lift in the outside corner of the eye. But if you wanted to make the eyes bigger, then you could take that dark all the way across the lash line and a bit underneath as well. Depends what you want. I mean, I think it's really important to just play around with these things. So if I was to put it just on the outside edge here, like this, and then a bit on the inside here, you'll see you get much more of a kind of feline shape, especially if you accentuate this inside corner as well. It depends what you want to do with it. However, if you want it bigger and rounder, you can go all the way across the eyelid. So if you felt like your eyes were small, for example, you might want to take it all the way across like that, and you'll get a much more rounder eye. Do you see the difference? Now on my eyes you will see that this eye naturally is further forwards. My face isn't symmetrical at all. This side is set further back and this side is set further forward. So this eye always seems brighter and bigger, and there's more lid space there. So often what I'll do is I'll go a little higher up here with the depth of shade, so that this kind of evens out the amount of socket that I have. So I go a little higher, and then I'll take a little bit of depth just across this eyelid to push this one back. So I'm bringing that one out and pushing this one back a bit. So over the eyelid here, so through the socket on this side, over the eyelid on this side, just to push it back a bit. It's never going to be completely even. Now I'm taking a bit of the darkest colour and just running it underneath. And I'm going to go quite smoky with it. So I put it on with one brush and blend it in with the other. Right, I'm going to take some of that Victoria Beckham liner just on the waterline. So even though this is kind of a dark colour, because it has that little bit of metallic in it, you're going to get a nice kind of kickback from the light that hits it, so it won't close the eyes up entirely like a matte black would. Now with what's left on your brush, I'm just going to just gently take it over the area that's free of product. Just really gently, just to kind of smoke things up a bit. And just make everything look a little bit more worn and smoky and smudgy. I feel like there is a place for like precise makeup. I just don't think it's in real life. It's like on a photo shoot, or it's in an influencer's picture on Instagram or whatever. I don't feel like it's necessarily a look that I aspire to have. It looks high maintenance, it looks boring. Let's pop some mascara on. We'll use this Milani one because I did rave about it and it is fab. Let me just give my eyelashes a little squeeze. Yes, Milani. Highly rated anti-gravity mascara. I mean, you just need one coat and it's fab. I'm not going to go for very clumpy or full lashes, and I am going to comb these through because you just don't need a really full lash with this makeup. For me personally, I feel like it will look cooler with just a bit of mascara, not tons. See, it's the kind of look that people automatically put false eyelashes with, and then it loses its interest. You can't see any of the blending, and you can't see any of your eye shape. I just think it's like way cooler without. If you want to put mascara on the bottom lashes, of course do, but again, not tons. Cheeks wise, this is amazing. Trish McEvoy, this is a refillable bronzing cream. Very lovely if you're a mature lady like I am, and you don't want something that's just going to sit on the skin and then you have to blend it for hours. This is really lovely and glowy and light. And you can build it up gradually, and it shouldn't be overpowering. I am using Nudestix Blot and Blur Matte Stick. I'm just going to use it from my finger and just push it on where I want to take shine off. I don't want to put powder on because it's an extra layer, and I don't like to put extra layers on my skin because I'm that bit older now. It just kind of sits there and looks really heavy. So I just use a bit of a matte blot stick or mattifying product just to take off any shine. All that talk of lips, it would be crazy if I didn't use a NYX lip liner. This one is called Mauve. I would recommend, if you're going to get NYX lip liners, to just order them online, because it is a nightmare in store. Everything's kind of been tested, half used. You can never find the colours you want. Right, then just use your finger just to blend all that in. And the reason I do that in particular with a look like this is because the eyes are the focus. So even though you want to shape your lips, you don't want it to be obvious. If you want it subtle and elegant, just leave it as a lip liner. If you need something a bit more comfortable, this is an SPF 50 Glow and Go lip oil from Naked Sundays. It smells delightfully coconutty. Big fan. And that's it. Oh, and pop my neck back up. And that is it. I would literally never wear a gloss like this if I had my hair down, but it's up and so it's fine. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you've got any questions about this, or if there is anything that you want to see, I know I say this every time, but seriously, if there's anything that you want to see, or if you want to ask me anything about your makeup specifically or your face specifically, then it is best to DM me on Instagram, because I don't think there is a DM option on YouTube, and sometimes people want to be private in the comments. So I will put the link to my Instagram below this, so you can come and find me if you need to. And that's it for me today. Thank you so much for watching, guys, and I will see you soon. Bye.